see. BS6 we have seen. Now, what are the other steps that has been taken by the government is another one is hydrogen enriched compressed natural gas. Hydrogen enriched compressed natural gas. That is HCNG. Okay. See here. What is this? This can be asked in the science and technology also. What is this actually? You know, this has been allowed. Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has allowed the usage of your hydrogen CNG. What is this hydrogen CNG? Hydrogen CNG is a blend of hydrogen and CNG. It is a blend. That means 18% mix of your hydrogen with the CNG. 18% mix is there. Okay, and CNG engines. Now, how this is been allowed in the last year, in the year 2019 and 20, in the financial year 19 and 20, and it has been amended. You know which one has been amended? There is a law called as Central Motor Vehicles Rules 1989 has been amended, and in this they have included the hydrogen CNG. Okay, this hydrogen CNG stands for hydrogen enriched compressed natural gas. And what are the advantages? One more thing. This hydrogen CNG, okay, can be used in place of gasoline and also diesel fuels and propane. Okay, so here you see it can be used, it can be replaced. Okay, HCNG can be replaced here in these cases. Now, what are the advantages here? There was a high level committee and they have recommended this also. Okay, now what is the advantages? You know that this can HCNG, hydrogen CNG, can reduce emission of carbon monoxide by 70%. And also you can see that the other advantages is it can enable up to 5% saving in the fuel. Okay, and also it will be the first step. By this, India has been moving towards the first step towards your hydrogen economy. 5% fuel saving fuel. This is saving fuel, and here you see that is a first step towards the future of hydrogen economy. Now question can be hydrogen economy. Okay, and also engines can be calibrated to release lower amount of nitrogen oxides. See, these are given in the books and newspapers, but when you research, see how the research should be. You know that everyone knows that the carbon monoxide, but options will be with the help of HCNG, which of the gases can be reduced. Okay, options will be carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide. These are the things, and the options will be like 1, 2, 3, only 2, 1 and 2, and 2 and 3. Many of them we know only that it might be nitrogen oxide, or if it is 1 also, or 1 and 2 also, we thought that carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. But answer is this one also. They can calibrate to release lower amount of nitrogen oxides. Okay, this is also an ideal fuel for high load applications and heavy duty vehicles. It is an ideal fuel for hydrogen applications, that is heavy duty vehicles. Better perform the this one, hydrogen. Heavy duty vehicles, it will be better perform. That means lesser amount of this thing. But you know that major disadvantages is here is we required new infrastructure. You know that infrastructure is a major drawback in our country, and currently the cost of hydrogen is more than the cost of natural gas. That is one important major drawbacks. Infrastructure is a drawback, and also the commercialization. Many steps needs to take for commercialization into the large scale, and also the current cost of hydrogen is also very disadvantage. Say hydrogen enriched compulsory. This is compulsory in your vehicles in your Delhi, particularly in Delhi, right? Clear? Hydrogen blended CNG. Now you know that mostly I'll show you one this thing. Just a minute. Just a minute, yeah. Just a second. Can you see that screen? Right? You can see this, right? Hydrogen. Just a minute. Okay. Fine, yeah, fine. So this hydrogen enriched compressed natural gas in Delhi. Instead of physical blending hydrogen with CNG, hydrogen spiked CNG will be produced using compact remaining process pattern. It is a cleaner and more economical power output CNG. Now the question is here, you see 4% fuel economy of CNG, 70% reduction in your carbon monoxide emissions, 4% fuel economy, right? But here one more question is there. Here they will ask you from the this point of view. I'll show you 1 minute. Just a minute, yeah. Just a minute. Where it is? Right. Sorry. How to share the screen here? Gone. Yes, 1 second. Can you see the screen now? There is a fuel cell car, right? There is an anode, membrane, cathode, electro engines, power and battery, right? This is an hydrogen generated car. And you know that there is one more train. The train name I forgot, but I'll show you now. There is a train in Germany which is completely using the hydrogen. So how this hydrogen works? Hydrogen tank, how it works? You know that whenever you're using hydrogen as a fuel, the end product is your water. So water is environment friendly in your car. Okay, there is no environmental pollution when you are using hydrogen as a fuel. So hydrogen, there will be a cathode membrane, and there is a hydrogen. You can see this hydrogen. So hydrogen is blended. They are used as a fuel. They are passed as a oxygen, and then the output will be your hydrogen. That is your water. Okay, there will be a batteries, and the back side of the car there will be a hydrogen tank which stores this fuel, and through that fuel the car rotates turbine and it runs. Okay, that's it for our environment ecology. That's it we have to know. So it is an environment friendly. And one more is that what is a car? What is that? This name? Okay, just a minute. What is that? This name here? I forgot that name. Hydrogen train. Actually, hydrogen train. We have to know the name also. Okay. So I'm sharing the screen. This one. Germany hydrogen train. Just a minute. The name is CORADIA. I'll write it here. I'll show this one. Just a minute. Okay, this one here, you see. It is a CORADIAILIND, the world's first hydrogen powered train. You have to know that where this is in the news, they can ask you which one is in the news. So you have to write that this is your the first hydrogen fuel cell train was first started in Germany. Okay, so February 25, 2020. This is also very, very important. Okay, from the exam point of view, hydrogen CNG. This is a blended one, right? Is it clear? Any doubt in the hydrogen? Just message me or you can ask the question directly. Pawan, where is Roshan? He did not come
sir,
today?
Don't know, sir.
Okay, fine. Any doubt? Sandhya? Artik? Ranjit? Any doubt in this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. You see, the next one, the next step towards the curbing of air pollution is your using of your LiDAR technology. LiDAR technology. High level committee has recommended the use of LiDAR technology. What is a LiDAR technology? Is nothing but light detection and ranging. It is a light detection and ranging technology. And also one more technology is there, LIDAR. This is R, yeah, LiDAR technology. And one more is WSN, wireless sensor networks. Wireless sensor networks. Network it is. Okay, this is nothing but your WSN. So for better pollution monitoring, now what they do is generally LiDAR, you know that it is a vertical monitoring. It will monitor, LiDAR will monitor vertical monitoring of your pollution. Vertical monitoring of pollution at few places to track the pollutants at higher altitude. This is your vertical monitoring. So higher altitude, whatever the pollutants which are there, so tracking that is your main aim in the LiDAR technology. And you know that other is WSN. WSN is mainly used as an indicative monitoring tool for mining activities. Mainly this is used in the mining activities. Mainly it is used in mining activities. The pollutants, to check the pollutions at the mining activities, and also large construction sites. It is a large construction sites. Right, clear? So these are the other two technologies that are using. And also one more is they are using oxy-furnace in the industries. Now what is this oxy-furnace in industries? This can be also be questioned. Oxy-furnace uses only oxygen as a fuel instead of atmospheric air. Okay, actually this oxy-furnace is in the industry, they use only oxygen which is present in the atmosphere. But generally, you know that before this, the industries were using the atmospheric air, whatever the air which is present in the atmosphere, the atmospheric air, they were using it. And this atmospheric air mainly contains, see, not only this atmospheric air contains many gases. Can I say nitrogen oxides, right? Nitrogen oxides, they were there. Then sulfur dioxides, they were there. Then carbon dioxide, etc. And again, the production, what will happen whenever they are using this such kind of atmospheric air, they were releasing double what they used. Whatever they used it, they were releasing the double nitrogen oxide, sulfur dioxide, and carbon dioxide. And this was increasing the air pollution. So what they have done, using this oxy-furnace in the industries, they were using only oxygen as a fuel, and they left all the everything. This is an oxy-furnace in the industry to reduce it. And by this, you know that they can reduce 90% of nitrogen oxide. Clear? Nitrogen oxide, 90% of the nitrogen oxide has been reduced. Is it clear? So this is one. Then also, you see, the government also started using public awareness. Auto fuel policy, Bharat stage norms, and also in the vehicles. Already we have seen in the BS6, in the vehicles of the BS6, they have attached what they have attached. Can I say that they have attached your first one is catalytic converter. Okay, this is one. Second was filter. They were using the filter. Okay, this is one. Then the for public awareness, what they have started. Anybody? For a public awareness, what they have started? Anybody? For a public awareness, I told you vehicles, I told you policies and technology. What are the other things they have started? Anyone in the group? Vinay? Pavan? Okay, I'll learn later. See here. For a public awareness, they have started. Already the question has been asked in one thing. There is a high probable chances of asking another one. Okay, they have asked the air quality index. There are two things. One is air quality index and the other is SAFER. Okay, air quality index and SAFER. What is SAFER means? System for air quality forecast and weather forecasting and research. Okay, these are the things. Can I say these are the things? Okay, this is a definition. This is air quality index. So already the air quality index has been asked in the exam. Also SAFER, the differences between these two have been asked, but they have never asked about your other things. Okay, here the air quality index is prepared by CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board. Now I asked you one question last class also. In which law CPCB comes?
Water Act.
Very good. It was a Water Pollution Act. Right? Now here you see. This one is prepared by who prepares SAFER? Tell me, anybody? Artik, Shiva, Sandhya, both Shivas. Who prepares SAFER? Don't see internet.
Meteorological department.
No. It is by IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Metallurgy, Pune. Pune prepares this. IITM. Okay. Now IITM comes under Ministry of not Environment, but Ministry of Earth Science. This is also important. Ministry of Earth Science. And here you see the second point is important is there are 8 air pollutants which are covered. 8 air pollutants. Okay, there are 8 air pollutants which covers under your these things. 8 air pollutants are covered. So there are 6 categories which have been given. They are red, green, yellow, from green to red. Maximum red is very dangerous, very hazardous. In the Delhi you have seen. Okay, the 8 pollutants are mainly, this is important: carbon monoxide, NH3, bad ozone. O3 means not this one. This is a ground ozone. It is not the stratospheric ozone. It is a bad ozone. How the bad ozone we will see in the upcoming class. Okay, bad ozone. Then we have sulfur dioxide, then nitrogen oxides, then lead, then particulate matter 2.5, then PM10, particulate matter 10. So there are 8 pollutants which are covered in the air quality index, which was asked in the year 2016. Actually, this question was asked in the year 2016. They have asked it. Okay, they have asked in the year 2016. And there are 2 parameters here: pollutants and metallurgy. There are two parameters they cover. Two parameters. And they are divided as pollutants and metallurgy. And the daily activity, metallurgy. Okay. So here you see the pollutants are simply, there are many pollutants which are covered like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, benzene, okay, benzene, volatile organic compound, then black carbon, then bad ozone is there, then also PM1, PM2.5 and PM10 and methane. So which are not there here, that you have to learn. See which are there common. Can I say that sulfur dioxide is common, right? Nitrogen oxide is common. Then PM10 is common, right? PM2.5 and 10 is common. There is no lead. You see, there is no lead. NH3. So which are not common, that you have to learn, which is not there. See, lead is not there. Carbon monoxide is not there. NH3 ammonia is not there, right? O3 is there common, right? PM1 is not there. Black carbon is not there. Benzene is not there. So these carbon dioxide is also not there. So carbon dioxide is present where it is present in the sulfur. Carbon dioxide is absent in the air quality index. So they are not taking into account the air quality index, right? Clear? So I'll show you also the website where they cover, it covers majority of the cities. Actually, this covers majority, major cities and towns. If you see this, major city, generally you know that whenever you open your website, the air quality index of your city will be told. So they will tell you how much carbon monoxide is there, how much ammonia is there, how much sulfur dioxide is there in your city. So that things will be told. And here metallurgy, here they will also take into account the sunlight, how much sunlight which is present, because based on the sunlight only, the temperature, how much insolation and albedo is coming, they will take that into account. Then also the rainfall, they will take the rainfall also, and they will take the temperature. These are the three important criteria to decide your sulfur. Okay, so, but here it is only for the four major cities. One is Delhi, Ahmedabad, Mumbai and Pune. So only four major cities they are covering. So it is designed by IIT-M, Indian Institute of Metallurgy, Pune. So this is your the air quality index which has been given. Is the point clear?
Sir, sulfur included the it will come under the Ministry of Environment, sir.
No. Just now I have written here, Ministry of Earth Science. It is Earth Science. Just now I told you, no? MES. Here it is MOEFCC, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. This comes under forest, environment, forest. That comes under your earth science. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Right. Okay. Now, this is also one more thing here. That 1 second. And there is one more for a public awareness. The policies has been created. The policies is National Clean Air Program. Clean Air Program. And Delhi recently also, in the Delhi, there was a body established. I'll tell you, I will come to that body first, later, okay? Now, the National Clean Air Program, the NGT has directed the Ministry of Environment to modify National Clean Air Program. Okay, actually, by what is the target, you know, National Clean Air Program? Under this, the air pollutions, 20 to 30% reduction in air pollution. These are target, these are objective by 2024. Actually, this is a major targets. So it was actually launched in the year 2019, mainly launched in the year 2019, right? It is a first ever efforts in the country to frame for air quality management in the time bounded. In the time bounded air quality management, this is the first step that has been taken. and mainly it seeks to cut the concentration of particulate matters, mainly particulate matters. And you know that mainly it is to cut down the pollutants of PM, particulate matter 2.5 and particulate matter 10. This is the main thing. Okay, for the next 5 years, this is and the base level is, you know, they have to cut these two things. They can ask you what are the major pollutants that has been targeted in your National Clean Air Program. The National Clean Air Program main target is particulate matter, concentration of coarse particulate matter, which is 10 and 2.5 diameter. Okay, and here base level will be 2017, and they have to reduce by 20%. By 20% they have to reduce. Okay, and the target is around across 23 cities and union territories, and this will be looked by CPCB, Center Pollution. Okay, CPCB, that is Center Pollution and Control Board, will be looking after this. And also there are 1 or 2 attainment cities here. 1 or 2 attainment cities across 23 states and union territories. They are covering it. Is it clear? So mainly, you know, the main objective is, and tell me, I'll ask you one question here. Under this, there is right, fundamental right, clean air. Under which article does it comes? Under which article does it comes?
21.
Article
21.
21.
Sure. Sure.
Right to dignified life.
Yes, sir. Pakka.
Article 21. Yes. What is Article 21?
Right to dignified life.
Yes. So they will come under your Article 21. Is it clear? So this is your right to clean and public trust doctrine also. You know that mostly under this National Clean Air Program, they also wanted to introduce your e-vehicles and CNG vehicles. The target is to use, how to reduce, you know, the 20% mainly by using your e-vehicles and CNG vehicles. Mainly these are the targets. Is it clear? These are the major targets under this. And also, you know, Delhi has adopted to use this